This market has gotten super competitive over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and everybody's trying to up the ante in their listings. And obviously, as prices go up, agents are finding themselves making more money. And to combat that without having to reduce commissions, we obviously have to reinvest that money into our clients and into our listings. And a big one that's been coming in is staging. Obviously, that's a whole industry that's kind of taken, it's always been there, but it's taken a leap to the forefront of most listings now. And it's getting to the point where if you're not staging, you're behind. And
why don't you tell us a little bit about when and how you got Mr. Style started?
Sure. So I started with Mr. Made actually a decade ago. Seems crazy. Wow. And I was doing a lot of cleanings in homes in preparation for sale. And a lot of these homes really, truly needed my touch. Before that, I had done 1 or 2 vacant homes. I did a big one on Elm Grove with Terry Hughes in 2014. I was 24. And no one was doing staging. I know a good friend and mentor of mine, she started it initially in 2004, and she would actually stage models, but the idea was it would stay in the models for 6 months. There wasn't turnover like there would be today, so you can't really generate a lot of revenue, especially with the investment that you have to put in. Sorry, it's just a stage.
Come on, man.
Booking a stage as we speak. But I saw the opportunity because, again, I always, whether the market's high or the market's low, people will always want their houses to sell for top dollar. For sure. So, Joe, Paul Germany's, back in the day, they were really the only guys really seeing that investment. And again, I think it's a young, fresh mind in the market, which at that time you guys were, to see, let's try something different. You've always pushed the hand of anything creative to really just cater and best provide for your clients. And again, so slowly but surely we're staging, 1, 2, maybe 3 a month. And as the years got better, and I think social media plays a huge factor in that. Because
and word of mouth for sure.
Word of mouth for sure. But even when we started, there was 1 or 2 photographers in Windsor. And then as the business got bigger, social media got bigger, you would see more photographers. I remember 3 years ago, we were one of the only ones staging, and there was, slowly 2 photographers, then there was 3 photographers, and then now, there's more staging companies. But social media played such a big factor in that, because before no one really cared about the aesthetic, but now aesthetic is huge. And you'll see that even with the new builds, like people are skeptical to buy an old house, and that's sad to say because I love character. Look at this gorgeous house we're in right now.
1900, yeah.
1900.
Did you have business models to sort of fashion your business after? I mean, if you look east, obviously from here towards Toronto and the GTA, they were probably doing a little bit more of this before we were here, because their market got crazy and more competitive than we were
for sure
for a long time, right? Did you kind of?
It was. I mean, I always had an eye for design, and so I was always invested in it. And so I didn't really do research on it. I just always. It was kind of an anomaly. Like I'm shocked. 7 years later, I was like, I can't believe my crazy ass decided to do something like this, because I truly, started cleaning toilets and we transitioned into staging.
I'll tell you, you got to see this guy's place, because we've all seen it. We did a photo shoot there, but your warehouse where you keep all your furniture is like an endless museum of amazing artifacts. Like you go in there and it's like where they would keep the Ark of the Covenant.
You do have a shop now right next door.
We do, yes.
And this is on Ottawa Street across from Lansbury Park. And it's right next to the warehouse, and I'm sure if someone's ever interested, just walk by and take a peek in the windows. It's pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool place.
It's an old bowling alley.
It is an old bowling alley. It's from the early 50s. We're actually celebrating our 4-year anniversary in the building, and thank God I bought that when I did, because
No kidding.
I don't think I could afford a small sliver of it at this point. But we're actually doing a full-on renovation. So we're gutting the complete front, and I mean style and your taste changes over the years. So we're going a completely different dynamic. I'm ripping off the front siding, like we're going full on
Cool.
Yeah.
That's